Casey is raw again, and this is video game hunting again. What a freaking rough day today was, quite frankly. Pretty much what happened. Luckily, I called my boss and say, hey, I just got paid. Like, saying, hey, can I go get a box of contacts? And I'll head right there. And he was cool about it. And I was pretty sure, because it had been about an hour behind. So, what happened, I went over to the place, and their whole driveway was, or their parking lot was iced up. Impossible to get out. I actually helped one person to get out of the parking lot. And the guy turned around and came by and helped me direct myself so I can crawl back to the exit. I was probably stuck for a half hour, give or take. But it was a little rough. Then I got to work, and it was frustrating. It was definitely a wash of a day. Had a part that I accidentally broke and put in a different one on, and it was something was going on. It was just sucked. It was, like I said, it was a wash of a day. And before I took off, I was having a little argument with my mom, saying our area, around our house and in our driveway, is still a sheet of ice. And I didn't want her to go out there because, God forbid, she, slips on the driveway and hurt herself. She doesn't need a good falling. So I was trying to watch out for her, but she's been, getting stir crazy, being stuck out the house. But right now the main roads are fine, but it's like the certain businesses didn't really do a good job of cleaning their areas. And our house, our driveway, crazy enough, I have I'll be able to somehow get, almost all the way up or halfway up, good enough that I could park. But when I was getting back to the house to grab something, I got up, and I usually put my emergency brake on. What's wild, I was starting to slide back, even with the emergency brake on. I think when I was also pressing on my brakes, it stopped it a little bit, but it was just been a crazy of a day. But like I said, our driveway is iced up. Everywhere is literally iced up. When I went to go throw some trash away, I literally had to, take my time so I didn't fall. But after go game hunting, I'm gonna go to Walmart to get two things. I need to get new boots, and to go get a bag of ice melt, so I can throw that stuff all over the driveway. and put some on the walkway to the house, to the mailbox, so at least if my mom wants to go out, she can do it without being endangered of falling. But she's being stuck at the house that she's getting stir crazy. And I can understand that. There's a few times, even when I'm doing work, go and have a work life, if I get stuck just being stuck at the house all weekend, I will go batty. I have to get out and do something. So I understand that. It's not like, oh, I don't want you to go out. But I'm like, I don't want you to go out and get hurt. But like I said, the main roads are fine. I mean, right now, it's warming up. It's 45 degrees. So, and I can see right now a lot of stuff melted now. But I guarantee you, my neighborhood's still probably going to be a freaking nightmare. I usually have to ram it to get in the neighborhood, and same thing to get out of the neighborhood. The first day after we got sleet, it sleeted. It didn't snow, it sleeted everywhere. And oh yeah, the next day I was trying to go to work. It took me like 5 tries to get out of my neighborhood before I was able to, but I actually had to turn the wrong direction. So I had to turn around and go the right direction. So, yeah, this week's been interesting. Let's just say that. I'm just ready for the weekend. One more freaking day to get the hell out of work. There might be a chance I might work Saturday too. I mean, I worked a couple of hours over. It is nice getting paid a little bit more. So, but I wouldn't mind to put a little bit more time into me and relaxing and do whatever I want to do, like video game hunting or doing videos. But I have an idea. Trying to remember who suggested Metroid. I was like, well, that's kind of a little bit generic, but I have an idea to change it up a little bit. I'm going to play Metroid on the Famicom Disk System. So it'd be something different. So I could, say, hey, something different. I can talk about it. I can even show you guys the package of the Famicom Disk game and the American copy I got in its box. And actually, there's 2 versions. There's the one I got, and then there's a player choice, or classic, Nintendo Classic, whatever they call it, where they re-release it again. I got the original release version, so I'll probably show that off. I was like, I like Metroid, but everyone and their mom seen people play Metroid, but I think that's a good different thing to do, because what's cool with the Famicom Disk game, unlike the NES, you had to put a password. Like, you get to, the save state, you get a password or something. And the Japanese Famicom game, because it's a disc, you're able to save your saves, save your progress. I mean, but so it's kind of cool. It almost looks like Legend of Zelda's save states, but I think that'd be kind of cool to show off. And I recently dropped the Golden Eye on N64 on the Switch. My gameplay, and honestly, the gameplay is just as bad as I remembered it. At least with the, when I say game, well, I should be a little bit more specific than gameplay. The controls. To me, the controls back in during N64 was horrible. While nowadays shooters are more fluid. The way you play the games, it's more easier to work it. So, while I don't know why they didn't do like they change it up for the Xbox and Switch version to make it compatible to the controllers and the Joy-Con, they made it set up almost like if you're playing on the N64 controller. Yeah, I mean, they do sell the N64 wireless controller, and it does make it a little bit more authentic. But I know there's an adapter you can get for the Switch. You could plug in your N64 controller into the Switch with the adapter, and you could use an actual N64 controller. Well, I went to the first finished stock. What was cool, sorry, and they had some good stuff, but then I came across they had a whole stash of Sega CD games and Sega Saturn games. So they even had Snatcher for the Sega CD, and then I know it was at least over $1,000. Like, it really goes for that? What the fuck? This dude's a stupid fucking retard. This guy was about to cut me off because he was just stupid. Oh, God, frustrating day. But yeah, I didn't realize Snatcher was worth over $1,000. I know it's worth very expensive game, but you know what? It doesn't shock me it's past $1,000. I sure hell ain't gonna spend that. I don't care. A game is not worth over $1,000. I don't care what game it is. Like, I'll pay, $150, $200 for a really good game that I really want. But I'm not paying $1,000. But hey, I'm at the game store and I'll be right back. Oh, wow. I like the new setup. Oh, it makes it a lot easier to look at everything. Yeah, I'll look at it another time. I gotta be a little careful. Yeah, my tax return was not been friendly to me lately. Yeah, the last couple I've been had to owe, but really have been friendly. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's right. I was gonna look at those Saturn. Well, I was looking at those Saturn games too over here. Oh, that's fantastic. Kathy. I got out 3 vintage stocks, yeah. I was just sliding on some snow. Actually, it's not even snow, it's ice and sleet. And, so the only place I actually got anything good was from the game store. And I saw it and I knew I had to get it immediately. And what it was the NES Advantage controller. I grew up with having one, and I don't know what happened to it. But it's not only just that, it's in its box. Not in the greatest shape, but it's in its box. And as I was walking out, I saw to my left, they had promotional posters. I was thinking about picking one up for the rose. It says Pokemon. So I started looking through, and I saw Pokemon / Super Mario 2 something gold coins were not the ones from the Game Boy. This is from the DS, I believe. And where you can play as Gold Mario and stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty cool. And I talked to the Rose. I was like, hey, if I go back tomorrow, I'll go pick you up one. Like, I asked if he was interested, and he said, yeah, like, I have no problem doing that. I probably want, like I said, I want to go back. There's a couple cool stuff over there, thinking about it. And then after that, really didn't see anything much. So, I probably will show you what you guys when I get in. And that's it. I went to Walmart. I was planning to get some ice melt, and they looked like they didn't have any. But you know what? It was like 40 something degrees, like, so it probably melted some of that stuff, and it's still technically over freezing. So I might have a shot to clean. I don't want to do this, but might just clean up some of the driveway. My back is not going to handle that. Hopefully it's just sludge and I can, shovel it easily. Probably unlikely. It's probably still solid like a rock. And those BS that our neighborhood, the entrance is like almost unworkable. Well, you look at the more rich neighborhood. Oh yeah, they got it plowed. Like, of course they did. They gotta make sure they can get to work while screw us. Mom's like, they pay so much, probably pay so much a month when she only pays the homeowners association or landowner deal like $60 a year. I'm like, that's one thing if it was just us. They're like, screw you. But when it's like, there's gotta be at least 500 houses I'm not exaggerating, by the way. So that's a lot of money that, God forbid, they fucking plow the entrance. So, a lot of the other entrance seems good, so maybe got lucky, but I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll see you guys when I get back to the house. See ya. Alright, guys, so hours and hours later. Of course, if you guys know me, when I got home, I took a nap. I mean, I love sleeping. So, I want to show you what I picked up real quick. Uh, I'll show you the less cool thing, even though to me it's cool. And I got this for the big whopping price of $0. Is the promotional poster. Originally, I was going to pick one up for the Rose Gaming because I saw Pokemon. So I went through and I saw new Super Mario Bros. 2. You know, a good version of it. It's on the 3DS, apparently. I thought it was just on the DS, but it was on the 3DS. So, this was free promotional. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do. I talked to the Rose and I told him if I do go back, I'll pick him up a Pokemon one. So, it's cool to have an actual promotional item. This one is from GameStop. You can see that right there. Like at the end, right there, Power Ups Ward card. So yeah, this came from GameStop. So, that was cool. But what I'm going to show you is cooler because when I saw this, very rarely, there's a lot of times there's stuff I'll be like, yeah, I'll think about it. This thing, I knew I was going to get it. I had to get it for two reasons. And let me show you it right now. It's the NES Advantage controller for the NES. And what's cool, it came in its box. It's not 100% perfect. I don't like how they have yellow tape on us, but I'm sure that came from the original buyer. But you got the artwork, pretty much same on the ends, all the way around. So what it is an arcade stick for the NES. Two people could use this. You plug both 1 and 2 ports into that, and you can switch from player 1 to player 2. And it has turbo buttons, and it has a slow button, but what slow button really is it just rapidly turn on and off the pause button. So let me show you the back end, what it looks like. And you can see the tape and stuff. You can see it has Kung Fu and Super Mario Bros. And 2 random kids with the arcade stick. So I love my NES game boxes, or boxes, anything related from Nintendo, especially from the NES time. So I saw this. I wanted it immediately for 2 reasons. One, because it has the box. 2, I grew up playing with this controller. Like I said when I was traveling, I don't know what happened to it. It's like the same thing with my original Power Glove. I don't know what happened to it. So, I've been eyeing getting one of these arcade, not arcades, one of these NES Advantage controllers again. And it's like, I see them everywhere, but you don't see it in the box anywhere. So I am super happy about that one. So that's pretty much it for the night. So you guys have a good day, and